What up, YouTube? T Movies here. Get ready for more Stephen King adaptations because, of course, it was recently announced that one of the stories that's featured in Stephen King's anthology series, If I Bleed. Of course, it was announced that Ryan Murphy and Jason Blum was planning to do a Netflix film based on one of the stories, which is, of course, titled Mr. Harrington's Phone. But there's a few other stories from Stephen King's tales that are also set to be turned into features. The films includes this new film, this horror film titled Rat, which is actually set to be produced, directed, and possibly starring Ben Stiller. So we're gonna get to see Ben Stiller in a horror film and directing a horror film. So that's something right there. Another one in the collection includes a horror film, or maybe a suspenseful. This sounds more suspenseful than horror, but titled The Life of Chuck, which will be produced by Darren Aronofsky's production company, Protozoa. And the fourth story in the collection doesn't really have a title, but it actually revolves around Holly Gibney, who is, of course, was played by Cynthia Erivo in The Outsider. Anyway, here's what some of these stories are about. In Rat, Rat focuses on a frustrated writer named Drew Larson, who I'm guessing that's who Ben Stiller is possibly going to be playing, who heads out to an old family cabin in the woods to write a Western novel. When severe storms occur, he makes a bargain with a rat to elevate his writer's block. So, looks like he ends up, making a bargain with a rat. That sounds okay. But this Ben Stiller doing a horror. I mean, it is pretty cool seeing comedic stars or directors, going from like comedic work to getting their start with horror. Of course, we saw how great Jordan Peele did with Get Out and Us. Chris Rock's, of course, getting into the horror genre with Spiral, and now Ben Stiller with this. I mean, when you think of Ben Stiller, you don't think of horror. Like when you think Ben Stiller, you'll think of like a straight up comedy. So seeing that Ben Stiller's gonna be doing a horror film, sign me up with that one. All right. The third film, The Life of Chuck, with concerns around Charles Krantz, a man who dies from a brain tumor at 39, and whose life is segmented into supernatural chapter breaks. I mean, it's not going to be directed by Darren Aronofsky, but it sounds like something that he probably could have directed. I mean, of course, we saw how, of course, the last time he did a horror movie was Mother, which, yeah. But Life of Chuck sounds intriguing. I mean, I'm intrigued by it. Check that one out. Alright, last but not least, the fourth one don't really have a title. But, alright, the fourth story of If I Bleeds revolves around a private detective, Holly Gibney, who watches a news report of a school bombing and believes that the reporter on this story might not be the most objective journalist. Now, of course, the character of Holly, appeared in The Outsider. She's also appeared in a few other King work, which I wonder if they're going to get Herrero possibly a return. That would be pretty sweet. But these actually sound intriguing. I mean, the ones I'm more excited about has got to be Rat. Something about a horror film that evolves around Rat. Sign me up right there. And Ben Stiller evolving with that could be cool. So, I mean, all of these sounds interesting, as well as Mr. Harrington's Phone, which I actually made a separate video talking about that one. But anyway, let me leave it to you guys. Which of these Stephen King adaptations are you more looking forward for the most? Are you actually gonna have you even read the If I Bleed short stories? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This is Timu signing off.